All right, my man. I think it's time for the Gauntlet. So this is where we take our resident expert, sports card investor, the catalytic Kendall McKee, and we basically test his overall investing philosophies across multiple sports. Because for those of you just tuning in, first time listeners potentially, he knows about a lot about every single sport. He's very humble. Like he says he's only a baseball guy, but then he starts talking about soccer and you're like, holy shit, he's a soccer guy too. And then he starts talking about basketball and you're like, oh my God, he knows a lot about basketball. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to say,
thank you, by the way.
Pretend he has, of course. I mean it. I'm not just buttering you up. So I think that he gets like a monopoly money of around $1,250 to $1,500 for this particular gauntlet, and he has to choose in the first round between a Scottie Barnes Contenders rookie ticket auto. Now these are all based on eBay Buy It Now. I wanted to make this like as realistic as possible for this particular gauntlet. So he has to choose between a Scottie Barnes Contenders auto that just came out that this particular seller wants $1,250 for, or you can make an offer, of course. Or a Ronald Acuna Jr. 2018 Bowman Chrome rookie auto PSA 10. So they're around, in theory, you're going to get these for around the same price, give or take. And Kendall's got to pick in the first round between these two guys, Scottie Barnes, Ronald Acuna.
This one's not fair, first off.
Right,
you're putting a top 3 player against a guy who is like not a prospect, but like Scottie's very good, but he's largely unproven in terms of his longevity. Acuna is he's pretty proven, you know. So, but
this is why we ask you, though. This is why we ask you, because these cards are going for the same amount. So this is why it's good content, right?
Oh yeah. I think, and they're both base autos. Are they numbered?
They're not numbered. They're not base as I would define base. There's the rookie autograph, Acuna, Bowman, and then there's
this isn't a first
the
auto
rookie ticket
of his.
auto.
Okay, so there's the rookie ticket auto, and then it's a rookie card auto for Acuna.
Yeah, that's true. It's not his prospect auto. It's his rookie. It's his Bowman Chrome Braves rookie from 2018.
Sorry,
which is why it's not
what it looks like on
$8,000.
Yeah. Dang, dude, this is hard. The longer I think about it, the harder it gets. Actually, initially I was like, "It's a
because the rookie, but the Contenders rookie ticket is considered everyone. You know, if it's not,
I know,
outside of baseball, the Contenders rookie ticket auto is the auto, right?
Yeah. So this one's $1,250. The other one's at like what, $1,500? Is that what it said?
Yeah.
I'm going to take Acuna. I'm just going to stick with my gut. I think the Scottie Barnes play is not graded. I think that's what's going to set it off as different for me. Because I already know that this is a mint card or a gem mint card. It's a 10, right? Yeah. So
it is a 10.
Just because I think that's what's going to set this apart for me. Although I am a baseball guy primarily, I like Scottie Barnes' future. I think he's really projectable. But because I think the only thing that's different in this case is one of them's raw and one of them is already a 10. And I'm going to go ahead and get the one that's already graded.
Nice. I like that. Okay, so now that Acuna against this 2020 Topps Chrome Juan Soto. It's called a Retro Rookie Relics Auto out of 99. It is raw, and it has a little cutout of home plate in the card with some kind of patch in there that may or may not mean anything. Let's look at the back of the card and see what that patch is. Congratulations, you've just received an autographed Retro Rookie Chrome Relic card. The relic contained in this card is not from any specific game, event, or season. Oof. So we don't really know what that is. But that's probably, all these factors contribute to how the card is priced and valued. And so you've got the Topps Chrome brand, you've got the RC logo, it's Juan Soto, it's out of 99. Going up against the Acuna PSA 10, that is a Bowman Braves RC from 2018. That is a PSA 10, but that is not serial numbered. So there actually is an opportunity for there to be less of this particular Juan Soto card and more of the PSA 10 Acuna card.
Yeah. I actually think – so I'm going to take Acuna here again because of the patch. RPAs really don't sell super well in baseball. Like RPAs aren't as popular as just a straight auto or an RC auto or just a straight Bowman auto. So for liquidity standpoint, I'm going to take the Acuna again. But I also think another caveat to this is I think I'd take the Scottie Barnes card over that one.
Nice. Okay. That's good. Good for the audience to know that. Okay, now we're going to take the Acuna has won the first two rounds, and Scottie Barnes has the consolation prize as of now. So let's pair the Acuna up against this card that I found that I thought would be interesting to you for several reasons, which is a Mason Mount 2019 Topps Museum Collection UCL RC Auto jersey out of 75. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, this is sick. This is an awesome card. I'm a big Mount fan. Yes, for instance, yesterday. So I'm an Everton fan. Everton is my English club. Or technically they're my favorite club. Maybe potentially even over FC Cincinnati, who I'm a season ticket holder of. But Everton beat Chelsea yesterday in a relegation battle, and it was an amazing experience. First off, it was just amazing. I was fist pumping in my bedroom, and I was trying not to wake my wife up because it was way early in the morning. But I was just having a freaking blast. But all game, Mount was on the precipice of scoring every time he got the ball. There's actually probably the best shot on goal I saw the whole game was him. And Mason Mount is an awesome player, and he's going to be an England national team guy for a long time. So I'm actually going to take the Mason over the Acuna here. I like it. It's serial numbered. It's an auto. It's a low pop count product, and Mason, I think his value is going to exponentially rise this winter, and so I'm gonna take Mountain here.
Nice. We don't talk a lot about Mason Mount on the show, and so there's one of the reasons why I wanted to throw this card in the mix.
I'm a big fan.
He's in our top soccer card rankings at nooffseason.com, but he's not yet in our top 125, and that's probably we probably will adjust that at some point because it is time to buy guys like Mason Mount right now, leading well in advance of we're still well enough in advance of the World Cup to where acquiring these types of cards could really, really pay off, considering the position that he's going to be in, not only in the Premier League.
I think the best time to buy it is actually in 3 weeks. Or wait, probably in 1 month actually would be the best time to buy, because the seasons are going to be fully over. It is officially the off season, and it's from that point to November, I think, is like the best buying soccer opportunity ever, ever. And I talked about that in my first episode of the soccer card show. But additionally, like, I think this is an unprecedented time where you have the biggest window to buy soccer and gain the most equity in your products, maybe ever. So, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I just added this to my watch list for that exact reason, because maybe I'll come back to this if it's still available in about 3 weeks or a month and see if Jim and Steve's cards, wow, they've sold 25,000 cards on eBay. Good for them. It's 25,000 items, but I assume they're
That's
cards.
awesome.
So that's good. So yeah, good stuff. Now we have Mount as the current leader, and our last card before we wrap things up for the show, that Mount is going to go up against this 2020-2021 Erling Haaland Topps Chrome Champions League pink auto signed. It's a Beckett grade 10 auto, which basically means he did not sign this for Topps. He signed it after somebody pulled it from a pack. But I think because it's Haaland, I don't think anybody really cares. There just aren't that many Haaland autos out there, I don't think. And so I just basically am saying, would you rather have Mount plus, say, $1,500, or would you rather have this $3,000 Haaland pretty rare auto?
That's a pink one, right?
Yeah, and you could, I mean, and would you not, I don't want to steal your thunder, but would you not crack this and get it PSA certified and card graded? Because this type of card, I would think in a PSA slab with a card grade, could be a ridiculous banger. But I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Pink refractor.
Yeah, I think I would cross this one over. I would do a crossover for this. I think the one caveat to it is potentially the person graded the autograph to make sure that you knew it was authentic. But it might be, maybe it's off-centered or corners are dinged, and that's why they didn't pay for the card grading as well. They just did the auto authentication from Beckett, which you can actually do that from PSA as well. So, to each his own here. But in terms of the crossover, I would do this in a PSA slab. I'm actually fixing to send a Haaland Beckett 9.5 over to crossover, actually. So in my own personal portfolio. But this is a really hard one for me because I think Haaland's market this summer is going to go nuts because I think he's going to sign with Manchester City this offseason. But here's what makes this hard. That Mount card could be worth the same amount of money in later in the World Cup because Mason Mount's going to play in the World Cup. Norway didn't make the World Cup, so Haaland's not going to play. So although he's going to be playing for Man City, or potentially, that's my prediction of where he's going to end up. But that's a great place for him, but his national team is not good. So 2026 is going to be the potentially first World Cup that he's going to be able to be a part of. So I think if here's the one caveat for this, you could get the Haaland now and resell it for when he signs this offseason with a different club, and then buy the Mount. But I think my end goal is still to buy the Mount. And so I guess in that scenario, then I guess the Mount still wins. Well, how do you?
All right.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's phenomenal because I think all of these sports card investors have to think all these things through, and they have to think through the plan for the card. So you just did a great job articulating like what's the plan for each of these two cards, and could you, in theory, like own both of them at one point in time over the next 6 months and profit both times? And yeah, I mean, all these things are valid. And I wanted to get your take also on like just the validity of the Haaland auto, just because I know that you're not necessarily a fan of having a player sign a card that's been ripped from a pack. And I know that
that's not my
those cards
favorite.
don't typically go for as much money. So it was also like, but I don't think Haaland has actually signed a lot of cards that have gone into
He
packs.
doesn't really have very many autos, which makes it different. Like for instance, like if LeBron was signing things, well, maybe not LeBron. That's not a great example. Who's a good example? Like, okay, Serginho Dest. If Serginho Dest was signing things, hit that like aftermarket, it'd still be more valuable probably if he signed it, or for sure it's going to be more valuable when he signs it than before. But like the authentication process, getting that back, making sure you can verify to a buyer like this is. I watched him, because like that stuff can be faked so easily now. Like I think people are just know how easy that is to fake, and so I think it's just another hurdle in card selling that you have to jump over, and so that one's a little different because it's Beckett verified, which is a great thing for that card. Like that's like, I would say like if you get a secondary auto from somebody, you almost have to grade or authenticate it at some level. Otherwise, It's just honestly like people could just see it as a regular out of 75 refractor that's now maybe ruined because maybe you faked it, or people just don't know, especially when you're on eBay and you're scrolling through item after item after item and you see one Haaland that's 70 out of 75 that's $3,000 that has a signature on it but not authenticated. You're like, is this guy trying to pull a fast one, or do I just buy the out of 75 Haaland that's maybe $400 or $500, significantly cheaper, but I know even though there's not an autograph on it, I know it's authentic. I don't know. It's a tough balance.
Yeah, totally. And the only thing I'll add to that is like, I almost fell for a Russell Wilson 2012 Topps Chrome auto card the other day on eBay. Not that the seller was trying to pull one over, or not that it's not actually signed by Russell, but I did notice after looking at the card closely that it was not certified by Topps and that it was just a raw card that had not been authenticated by PSA, Beckett, or any of the other reputable auto authenticators. So to me, then I was not going to take a risk knowing that somebody could have just forged that. It's really, really easy, I think, to fall for that. So I just want to caution our entire audience to like really make sure that it's either a Topps or Panini or Leaf or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying to buy Leaf autos, but I'm saying like make sure that it's either certified by the company or certified by a grading company of some sort, and preferably PSA or Beckett, just because those things can be regraded with a card grade by those companies if you want to add that into the investment that you're making in the card. So, Kendall, anything else you want to add for today's show, my man? Great work.
No, man, we covered a lot. We covered a lot of sports too. So
this is the flagship. This is the flagship show of the NoOffSeason.com Sports Card Content Network. This is the Sports Card Strategy Show. We have several other shows on the feed, so we encourage you to subscribe. And if you need direction on how to subscribe, just go to sportscardstrategy.com, and there's quick links to subscribe to all of our shows right there, and join the Facebook group. We'd love to see you join the Facebook group so we can connect with you, so we can understand more about your sports card investing journey and help you out even more. And check out the NoOffSeason.com Sports Card Investment Report. Save 20% by using the promo code NoOffSeason. And we'd love you to check out MarketMoversApp.com and get your first month for only $1 by using the promo code NoOffSeason. Everybody, thanks for listening and watching, and have a great day.